Hey guys, welcome back. This is By the Book, and we are your married relationship coaches talking about Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 6, Stacia and Nate. I hope I pronounced her name right.
No,
not
close
sure.
enough.
Yeah. This is my favorite couple, so I'm always cool with talking about them. Although for me, they don't bring a lot of drama to talk about, so it's kind of hard to go on and on about this couple. I feel strongly about them, and so far so good.
Yeah, I think they had a really strong episode this week. Their bond continues to strengthen. They had a few discussions as far as what they're going to be doing when they get back, and he's going to move into the house that she's getting built and everything. So that's happening real good. The only thing that I can really kind of put my finger on is a very minor critique, and that would be that I didn't really hear him say what he wanted in the marriage or what he wanted from her. I know she's been pretty vocal about some of the things that how she wants the relationship to go and what she wants out of a husband and what she expects. And she's really good about boundaries and things of that sort, especially when it comes to protecting herself, protecting her assets, her heart.
Okay.
But I didn't hear him say, this is what I'm expecting, out of our marriage, and this is what I'm expecting out of my wife, and this is what I want to provide for my wife. I didn't hear, him. I just heard basically saying things to him like, oh, okay, that's cool. I didn't hear him. It could be the result of a bad edit, but I didn't hear it.
I don't know. And I don't know if he also is one of those people who vocalizes those types of things. One thing we did hear him say was something about trust. And it was reactionary. It was a reaction to something that she talked about when she was talking about having a post-nup. And, it seemed like trust was an important thing for him, which it should be in a relationship. And so maybe the way that he expresses what he wants is not that forward, but it will come off of the back end of something. Like he wants to feel that trust connection between himself and his partner, which is perfectly reasonable. I don't read him as being just a flat out people pleaser or anything like that.
I don't get that.
Like we feel about Justin. So I'm not too worried that he won't express himself. But I guess then my question for you would be, do you feel like the critique that the other participants are giving about him is valid in that they're saying that he's coming off to be not authentic?
I think it's possible. I think it's definitely possible. He could be playing a role. He comes off pretty cool, and he does like the camera. He does like the video, and I don't know if he's an Instagram guy or whatever. I don't know what it is, but when they had their little trip when they were on the four-wheelers, he let her drive off. And while he was in the zone by himself, he's videotaping himself. Hey, this is me. Hey, y'all, look at me. And so it's possible, but who knows? It's kind of early in this process to know if he's in it for her or if he's in it for some type of stardom or to get noticed or whatever. I don't know.
That could be anybody, honestly. I think that a lot of people use reality TV shows to springboard themselves into some sort of fame that they think they should or want. They should have or would like to have. Yeah. So who knows? That's one of the gambles that I guess you take. But when they're having one-on-one conversations that are captured on camera, he seems to be reasonably authentic to me. He seems to like her. When you say he doesn't express what he would want to provide, I think that it might be that he doesn't feel a space to provide things for her yet. He may not know what void he can fill. True. Because she's so strong, an independent person. She's a strong woman. Yeah, she's got financially, she's gotten herself together, educationally, career wise, she's done all these things. So he's probably like, I don't know where I fit in, but he's a confident guy. Yeah. So he's not feeling the need to kind of force himself into a role with her. He's like, hey, if you've got it and you're okay with me, then that's great. Yeah. And that's the reason why I like them because it takes a very confident person to be with a woman like Stacia.
Well, okay. Well, speaking of confidence, let me ask you this: she kind of voiced some very serious things with him as far as her being confident, as far as her own self-esteem is concerned, and to where she said that she didn't. How did she put it? She didn't feel like she was good enough sometimes. She didn't feel like she was pretty enough sometimes.
Yeah.
And so here she is. She's very accomplished. She's attractive. So where do you think that comes from? What do you think that type of insecurity or self-esteem, low self-esteem comes from?
I mean, I think all women go through that. Unfortunately, it's just an experience that most women share. And it doesn't matter how attractive you are, how successful you are. And she's a very good example of that. I would think by most beauty standards, at least here in America, she would be considered to be an attractive woman. And she's obviously successful. She seems to have a good head on her shoulders. She speaks well. She seems mature. So, of course, from the outside looking in, very many people may be like, well, what worries could she possibly have?
Yeah.
Why would it be hard for her to be in a relationship? And I think that's a naive way of us thinking, because here's the catch-22 for her. The only kind of person that she's going to be attracted to and who will reciprocally be attracted to her is somebody with a lot of confidence, because there's a lot of men who she's going to intimidate.
Yes.
And so they're immediately going to part ways, because either the guy is going to cut and run and be like, she's going to be too high maintenance for me. I got to step my game so far up to even be on her level. Like, I can't compete with that. She doesn't need me for nothing. That's the guys that seem kind of resentful. Yeah. Like, she's too independent. She doesn't need a man. She didn't educate herself out of a man. That type of thing, which is obnoxious and it's unfortunate. But there's a lot of men like that. So on the flip side of that, you get a very confident man.
Yeah.
That man is either going to be equally successful to her, and I feel like a chip on his shoulder, because now he's very highly sought after. And men who are very highly sought after often don't know how to control their urges, and they do a lot of cheating. And so she's probably either been with a man like that who thinks, hey, you're no better than me, essentially, which I don't think anybody should feel better than the other person in a relationship. But they feel cocky enough and confident enough where it doesn't matter how beautiful or successful she is, because women are throwing themselves at him and he's going to do what he wants. He's a high value man. So he should have the luxury of being with whomever he wants and keep that trophy wife or girlfriend as well.
Yeah.
She doesn't want that. She wants a committed, loyal, monogamous marriage. So she's probably running to cheaters or the man who's confident enough, but he's like kind of a roughneck guy. Because you find a lot of roughneck, cocky guys as well. They don't necessarily have themselves together, but they got money because they do things.
Hustle.
Exactly. So they may not have the education or the polish on them, but what they lack in that, they pick up with hustle. Yeah. And they're confident. These are not stupid men. They're intelligent men. They just haven't necessarily gone through the formal education process. Yeah. But again, these are highly sought after men from women who like men with a little edge. And Stacia actually said something to that effect. Like she like a little thug in them or something like that. And I was like, yeah, I get you.
She did say that.
So she's probably dealt with them. And they're cheaters too. Or I'm not saying she's just been like dogged out or anything like that. But you have to be careful. And she's probably been hurt by men of both of those type of groups. So I wouldn't doubt anytime that someone is disloyal to you or kind of like tramples over you a little bit in one way or another in a relationship, it damages your self-esteem and your confidence. Again, no matter how pretty or successful you are. You're like, ooh, either I'm making bad choices in men or, I'm not as awesome as I'm trying to be. And it takes its toll on your self-esteem.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back a little bit farther than that.
Okay.
Because she said that she's estranged from her father, that she never really had a relationship with her father. And I think just sometimes when that is missing, that dynamic is missing between a daughter and a father, not looking towards the father for that first sense of validation. You know, hey, you're beautiful, you're pretty. You're intelligent, you're smart, you can do whatever you want. Now, she's definitely accomplished, so she definitely has found some of that self-esteem, but just in that being brought up in hearing your father, the man in your life as a child, say, you know what, I love you, I'm always gonna love you, and you are beautiful, the most beautiful girl ever. You know, and that type of positive words going into a little girl, I think is priceless, especially from her father. And so by her missing that, I think that probably could have had something to do with it.
I'm big on daddy issues and mommy issues too. Yeah. So I definitely think that could be a factor in her self-confidence. I think also tied to that is the type of man that you seek. Mm-hmm. You know, if you don't have a father, for an example, you may look for something that you think are father qualities in a man, and for her it may have been that protector. Maybe she felt like she wasn't protected or something like that, so that may be why she's looking for like a guy with some edge, a guy with a little thug in him or something like that. Because if nothing else, right, ladies, those guys make you feel protected because you're like, well, you know, I know he could at least beat somebody up if they're messing with me. He ain't gonna run faster than I am from the trouble. So she might have been looking for that. I mean, and this is all just like theories on our part. Of course, we don't know nothing about Stacia. But it could be that she was looking for someone. She was looking for someone to protect her, but that spent her into the wrong type of guy. And she didn't know any better.
Yeah.
And you ain't got to be missing your dad to make those types of mistakes. Honestly, it could be any number of things, but we see what her preference was just based upon what she said, and I think that probably spun her into a realm of guys that were just not good guys.
Could be.
Is Nate one of those guys? I don't read that off of him. I read that he's been places and that he's matured from it, and I hope that I'm right.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm not, he's one heck of an actor.
Yeah,
because I think he's doing a good job convincing me.
I think he is too. I feel good about them right now. Some of the previews are saying that they are going to have some bumps in the road. We're going to have to wait and see what those bumps are.
I think that's just editing. Every time they try to edit something, I tell you right there on the spot, I'll be like, that's just a careful editing. They ain't had no problems. And I'll be right. So
sometimes she's right.
So we'll see what happens with Stacia and Nate. But I'm positive. I'm an early predictor of a yes at decision day. And
I haven't seen anything to go against that. So I'm going to say that they're both going to say yes on the decision day right now.
And they're going to immediately have babies.
You know.
Probably.
Not unless we still got a few weeks to go through. We'll see what these problems, what these so-called issues are going to be when they arise. Who knows? It could be the friend that he used to live with or whatever.
I hope they bring that up. I hope she comes to like that group dinner that they always have when they get back from the honeymoon. Yeah. So we'll see if that gets weird.
It could be that maybe he has second thoughts about this posting up. You know, I'm just trying to set it up.
Yeah,
it could be something.
That's all made for TV drama. That's not going to happen. Anyway, guys, you let us know what you think. If this is your favorite couple too, yes, let me know, because this is mine.
That's mine
my
too,
power couple.
And he even said that he wanted to be a power couple.
Yeah, they are.
And you can tell that really just melted her heart.
So let us know what you think, guys. Let's talk about it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.